Hi, congratulations on your new RV. We're really excited for you. Please make sure before you're signing that you bring the following items with you. If you're a cash buyer, please make sure that you bring a cashier's check, no personal checks at time of signing, or you may bring actual cash. If you're a finance customer, please make sure that you bring proof of insurance listing your specific lien holder. If you need that information, please call us ahead of time. Also, make sure that you bring all valid driver's license of all persons that will be listed on the title. If you have a trade that you're trading in with us, please make sure that you bring your 10-day payoff as well as your title and all persons who will be listed on the title of that trade. Arrive 30 minutes early before your appointment time so we can properly inspect your unit, and also make sure that you have the fridge on and running prior to arrival. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 810-686-0710. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Hello, this is Mike with TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your purchase of your Forest River Rockwood 2601 travel trailer. I'm here to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things, get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. A couple things to take into consideration. Let's start on your campsite, your awning. It's tilted right now, I just got it in Washington trying to get it cleaned off. And on your off campsite, your slide. Leave plenty of room for that to come in and out. Leave yourself a nice walking path, because I also want you to think about where your water and power connections are going to be. Your water is going to be toward the front here on your off camp side, your driver's side of your tow vehicle, and then your power is going to be toward the rear on the same side. So park accordingly so you can utilize facilities at the campsite. Once you arrive, first thing you do is get your unit level. On the front of the unit you have a hand crank. Simply left for down, right for up. Once we got our unit level, next thing we do is stabilize it. All four corners of the unit you have stabilizing jacks, 3/4 inch hand crank. Put them on, run these down. Now you can use a impact driver or a drill gun, adjust your feet as you come down, but if you do that, you don't have far to come down on yours. If you do that, slow down when you get to the bottom, because you don't want to bring these down to their taut. I recommend stabilizing jack pads. Jack pads are going to protect the feet of your stabilizing jacks from dirt and debris and hot blacktop in the summer. Better distribute the weight and keep them from sinking into the ground. Use your 10% off coupon. Get you a 4-pack of those. Run these down again just until they're taut. Once you've got all 4 of these down, units level and stable, we can hook up our power and water. Coming all the way around again to the off camp side rear. This will be a 30 amp cord. At the end of that 30 amp service, if you ever need to plug in a home, your convenience pack is a 30 to 110 adapter. Get your power hooked up. Let's hook up our water. At the campsite, you'll hook up to the city water connection. First and foremost, your water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator is going to reduce the water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protecting the lines in your unit. Hook that up, hook up your hose, but don't turn your hose on yet. Just to the left, that's your hot water heater. All we're going to do is make sure our drain plug's back in. Get that rod back in there nice and snug and tight. Once that's in there, you can go ahead and turn on your hose. After your hose has been on for a little while, go inside, open up your water taps. Once you got a steady flow of water going through those, you can shut them off. Then you can turn on your hot water heater from indoors. Now let's say you're going to go boondocking. You're not going to hook up at a campsite. The water connection is going to be right above there. It's going to be your potable water tank. Now no need for a water pressure regulator here. Simply fill it up with a hose. 2 ways to tell when it's full. One, there's an overflow valve right here. Or 2 on the inside where you check your black and gray tanks and your battery. There's also a freshwater button that'll tell you when this is full. Now just remember, when you're using potable water is when you're going to want to use your water pump. Don't use your water pump when hooked up to city water. That's already pressurized. All right, you're hooked up to camp with power and water. Let me go ahead and walk you around the rest of the unit. So you got some storage here, pass-through storage. Again, your hot water heater. Potable, city water. You have an outdoor shower. Maybe a big slide here. That would be a vent for your microwave. This is a flue for your furnace. If you run your furnace, steer clear of that. It'll get rather warm, and make sure nothing's ever blocking it. Power with a couple of 110 connections here. Here's where you dump your tanks at. Rear stabilizing jacks. Spare tire. Looks brand new. Again, your awning. More storage up front here. This is going to be access to the back of your fridge. This is going to be another 110 for outside. You have a porch light. More storage up here with a storage drawer, actually. That's the down door you can pull in and out. On the front is your propane. It's on a regulator. Simply point it toward the tank you wish to be using, lefty-loosey to open. Your batteries, check your posts now and then, make sure those haven't wiggled loose. And there's a cover for your propane tanks. That covers everything on the outside. Let's go inside your unit. Okay, so up inside your unit, first thing I always like to point out is the fire extinguisher. Make sure that you and everyone that's camped with you knows that the fire extinguisher is located at the entry doorway in case of an emergency. Come around the unit here. This will be your porch light. Have your dinette with a table that'll fold up. I'm actually going to move that table real quick to show you a couple other things. This is how you want to fold that up to travel. Down here on the floor, get a 110. Down here is your 12 volt carbon monoxide and propane detector. The reason I mention it's 12 volt, it's always running off your battery. So if this ever does get taken boondocking, which is rare for this type of... So if you ever decide to take this boondocking, you have nothing plugged in charging your battery, go ahead and disconnect one of your battery posts to keep this from running your battery down if you're gone for the day. Up above here is your sound system. Turn that on. Dual zoned. A is the front, A and B is front and middle, and then B is just these ones. Antenna all the way to the left when you're traveling, crank it to the right when you get there. It says prep for a TV up here as well. Down here is your thermostat. Turn your AC on. It's running nice. Shut the AC off. Turn your furnace on. And you'll notice when you shut the furnace off, it takes a few minutes for that fan to shut off. Coming around in here, your hermetic fridge, turn that on. Basically two settings. Auto means when you're plugged in, you're running off gas, or you're running off electricity. As soon as you unplug, you're running off gas. If you lift up on this button, now you're strictly on gas. If this light comes on, means your gas is low. Down below that is the access panel, your breaker box and fuses. Your bunk areas, here's a ladder to get up there. All your lighting back here is individual. Almost all throughout the whole unit is. Coming into your bathroom, the only thing I want to mention in here mainly is this is where your 110 with GFCI resets at. You have a hand crank open exhaust vent up here. Here's your lighting. Self-explanatory microwave. Coming into your kitchen area, you have a fan. Fold this cooktop back. You will have to hand light these, turn it to light, and hand light them with a long stick match lighter. Paper towel holder, you know this will jackknife down, just lift up on the front. That'll lay down to another sleeping quarters. Lift up on the front and pull forward on the back to bring that back down. You have this curtain for the bedroom. Make sure this is snapped closed for travel. Back in your bedroom, here's where you turn on your water heater. And over here is where you check your tanks. Brand new battery, fresh, black, and gray tanks. Fresh water buttons, I said you can hold down to tell when your potable water is full. And there's where you turn on that water pump for the potable water. Here's where we run our slide in when we're done here. Bedroom has individual lighting and your front speakers. Just have a hand crank open vent here. So if they put one of these little night lights here for you. That about covers everything on the inside. Let me set your table back down here. Set your table down. On those lips here. That'll sit like that. Remove your back cushions. That'll give you an extra sleeping quarters. For travel, so your table doesn't fall, that's the best place to put it. Come through and shut off all of our lighting now. As I said, most of your lighting in this unit is all by hand, but can be done quickly. Oh, there's one more. So once I've made sure I went through and shut off all of my lighting, I'll go ahead and turn this one on just so we can see our slide coming in. Come over here, hit in on your slide. It's okay to hear that little noise. That's just the slide keeping itself from coming in any further. It's nothing grinding or breaking. Shut off for light and exit the unit. Lock and deadbolt your door. You don't want the horror story of your door coming open. Put up your stairs. Bring up all of our stabilizing jacks. Unhook our power, our water, and our cable. Once that water is all unhooked, then we're going to come to our hot water heater. Going to pull up on this pressure release valve. That's going to dump the rest of your hot water out of there. Then you can pull that low point drain. Hook up your hitch and head on up to the dump station. At the dump station, park accordingly. Your dump is going to be all the way at the rear on your driver's side. Park so you can reach. You do have a 10-foot hose that comes in your convenience pack. Once you get there, hook up, hook the other end in to the sewage dump, and the first one you pull is the right one, sewer outlet. So that's going to be your black tank. Once it sounds like that's no longer draining, go ahead and close it and pull your gray handle over there, your wastewater. That's going to be cleaner water, it's your sinks and your showers. That's going to clean your sewage hose out for you. And you can conveniently and sanitarily store your sewage hose right inside your bumper. Again, I thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this Rockwood for many years to come. Happy camping.